What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We're live to just Twitch right now because Twitch has won the battle of YouTube versus Twitch on Friday night. But we've got the top 10 decks people just can't let go of. There's all these decks that seem to be played on the local level, Dueling Book, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, that people just never let go of. And we have a couple honorable mentions here, starting with the Monarchs. You see old school Kais, it took forever to Monarchs be let go of. And then they had the structure deck with Domain of the Monarchs. Yeah, people still out here playing no extra deck Domain Monarchs online. We also have the Six Samurai, but they've kind of evolved throughout the ages, right? You have the original, you have the legendary, you have the secret Six Samurai, so it doesn't really count as one deck in a sense, but still, people just cannot let go of the old school Six Samurai and try to find ways to make them work. Even I hold on to Zanji, my favorite Six Samurai of all time, and try to find ways to make them work, but it just ain't happening, okay? And then you have Gladiator Beast, the original can't let go deck. Oh, there's a new ban list, better play Gladiator Beast, it's good again. This is an old school player mentality, kind of similar to Gravekeeper, that's actually not on this list, but there's so many decks people just can't let go of. So let's go ahead and get into our top 10 decks people just can't let go of. And in our number 10 position, you'll always see somebody trying to cheese on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or Dueling Book with this deck. It is the almighty Exodia, one of the most lasting impressions from the anime, the original anime, where Yugi goes, "Oh, but Kaiba, there are no pathetic cards left in my grandfather's deck, but there is the unstoppable Exodia." People just want to make this card work, whether it's good or not. And only Jarrell Pro Winston managed to top 8 worlds with it, which is a made-up format. Straight up. It's a made-up format that combines the TCG and OCG ban list and bans other things. So, like, you're playing an ridiculous imaginary Yu-Gi-Oh! To have made this work to top an event. Other than that, there's very few regional tops. Actually, one that beat me in a top 8 during GOAT format. I'm playing Final Countdown Burn. I play against Exodia, and turn 20, game 3 of Final Countdown, I get looped by Manticore Exodia. Yeah, that's right, a deck that used to exist that no longer exists. But people never let this go, playing Royal Magic Library, Into the Void, all these crazy cards to try to loop into Exodia. It happens if you play online. In our number 9 position, how about Blue Eyes, but with a twist? The Chaos Max Dragon variants seems so prevalent. People talk about how good this card is. Dev Rituals are out to give it extra support. You see Blue Eyes itself as a deck. People really want to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon like their Kaiba and really get in there. The anime has such an influence on these first 2 numbers, and I feel like it's just that factor of this deck was once good. It also won Worlds at one point. It was competitive. Billy Break played a Morphage with it. You were able to actually get locks and do things, but it's fallen by the wayside. Even with the new Duelist pack, it's just not good right now. But perhaps you can play it in Duel Lonks? I don't know what you're doing with Blue Eyes, but if you're playing on Dueling Book with it, you're playing on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, you're not having a great win percentage, let me tell you what. And the number 8 position is the Madolches. People love these sweets. I feel like if you're a lady duelist, you're at local, somebody walks up to you, "Hey, what deck do you play?" I bet you play Madolches or Harpies, right? Oh, it has to suck, right? But overall, I feel like Madolches are a deck a lot of guys can't let go of too, and we have new support upcoming that actually is really darn good with the deck. Those sweets, who's got a sweet tooth in the chat? Let me know down below. But I feel like people have a hard time letting this go. It once was able to top alongside Dragon Rulers and Spellbooks in a Nationals format, yet had a brilliant fusion kind of OTK combo. It's just not a meta deck. Yet you see it played here and there, people trying it out. I saw a Zodiac variant, no joke. People were playing this in Zoo format, and people never let it go. But just like Yugi No in our next number, we've got Cyber Dragons. People cannot let go of Cyber Dragons. Zane Truesdale, what have you done to us? We're back to anime once again. Legacy support on legacy support has made this deck finally regional ready, YCS ready, and it happens to top a couple of events. Cyber Dragons are able to really counter the Mega through the extra deck more than anything, and new support that actually gives credence to the ability to search out the deck and have it happen. But Cyber Dragons overall, I feel like are a real fan favorite. As odd as it may be, it's not like Blue Eyes, where you've got like one of the main duelists of the first ever series, yet you do have this just feeling, this cling, this ability to like say, yo, I'm a Cyber Dragon duelist for life. And it happens oh so often. But we've had our 10, our 9, our 8, our 7. Into our number 6 position is Black Wings. Yo, this deck just doesn't ever go. You've got new support in the Synchro mechanic. You've got the classic players who used to play it back in the day. People do not let go of Black Wings, and perhaps more so than any other support in the game. You have so many cards dedicated to the archetype to try to make it good, yet their newer cards like Gofu got abused for link summoning and ended up on the FNL list because of that. Black Wings are that deck, a synchro deck, mind you, that end up with their boss monsters used for other purposes, that end up with their tuners used for other purposes in techs. And while you want to run pure Black Wings so bad as a synchro deck, it's just better to be played another way. Yet you have duelist purists just sticking to this deck, wanting to play us. Now, talking about our number 6 position in a metagame that just doesn't exist is Mermail and Lanians. Or it might be our number 5. I'm not really sure at this point. We're having fun on Twitch. Mermail and Lanians are a deck that have had support on the FNL list, have had their time in the meta, have won an ARG championship, have topped after top throughout the ages. Very few decks have as many throughout the ages tops as Mermail and Lanians, yet they stick through it. They keep going. The searchability with Dragoons, the ability to just push in for OTKs with Megalo. Through Xyz format, you could summon Totally Awesome. This deck just seems to do it all. You can set up first with negates. You can go ahead for the OTK. People love to hollow this out. They cost so much to hollow this out. Look it up on TCG Player for either of these cards for their top priority. You're paying a pretty penny. My opinion on this, you gotta let it go like it's frozen, but who knows? Maybe I'm just wrong. And the number 4 position, we have Lightsworns. This is the deck that just won't die, and it took a card as powerful as prize cards to go ahead and get there. Minerva the Lightsworn Exalted really took this card to a different level where we called it Minerva Sworn because people had to have the prize card to talk, to actually top and talk about this deck. Say that I'm good with it. You know what you did without Minerva? Unless you're one duelist who got first at a regional, you weren't topping without Minerva. That's how good Minerva was. And then finally, in Battles of Legend, we got Minerva to everybody. So Lightsworn, I feel like is a deck that really couldn't be let go. It topped in Europe a lot more actually than the USA, but you had YouTube sensations such as Asian Persuasion playing this deck and really showing off what it could do. In our number 3 position, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX! Generation Next, we got Heroes. And with the new incarnation of the Masked Heroes and Vision Hero Vion turboing out Malicious, you see this often as an engine, but people still try to play the deck as Masked Law Turbo to this day and age. I feel like people really just can't let go of Heroes, maybe for their love of Jaden, maybe for their love of the GX era, but you see it as a typical stun deck with, I'm going to play back row, I'm going to summon Darklaw, I'm going to pass and see what you can do to me. This doesn't work out through every meta, yet you see that guy at locals, at the back tables or the front tables during the meta that they choose to play it in. Maybe it's working, maybe it's not. They're sticking freaking to it. In our number 2 position, we got the Burning Abyss. Limited. These cards may be limited, but they're still putting in work. Winning a Nationals of all things. Dante and the Travelers of the Burning Abyss still managed to find their way into the meta without their Link Monster Cherubini to this day. Burning Abyss is so darn good for its ability to resource the deck, resource the graveyard, and continue to do its thing despite whatever meta may creep up on it. It's really amazing to see what they can do with what little they have, with no new additions to their deck, and just looking through the metas. We went all the way back to Gallus the Starbird to make Naturia Beast and Burning Abyss with Link monsters, rather than moving forward to new cards. People really innovate that much with an older deck, and it's awesome to see. But in the number one position...
Heroes never die.
Heroes never die? Alright, well, Burning Abyss never dies. In our number one position of format, you might have heard of, you might have not. We go back to 2004 for GOAT format. You will see somebody in the back tables of any event playing GOAT format. It doesn't matter if you're a regional, a YCS, somebody has a GOAT deck on them, and somebody's playing it. Whenever you think of GOAT format, you think of Thousand Eyes, Restricted Metamorphosis. You think of being able to rip cards from the hand. You think of being able to go in with the Delinquent Duo. It's so broken, yet at the same time so controlled. And I really think more duelists look for a secondary format with GOAT format rather than any other deck. You'll see people try to apply it to modern day, but also see people not changing and continuing to play GOAT format today. And I think it easily takes the number one slot over any of these decks in the meta because it's so dedicated. And if Konami would listen, Konami would look at it, GOAT format would probably be the alternate format to play at events. But what do you guys think in the comment section down below? You've seen Twitch chat with those Farfa emotes. You've seen Twitch chat going in. What do you guys think in the YouTube chat of all these choices? Am I a sellout for picking GOAT format as number one? Should I have picked a current meta deck such as Burning Abyss? And also, what do you think I missed? There's a lot of decks people just hold on to and never let go. They really don't. So many. Look at this list already. You know those people in your life. Noble Knights mayhaps, but they have new support and are actually viable in Asian Persuasion topped an event with it. What are people not letting go around you that I didn't mention? And also, what are some decks maybe you have a trouble letting go? For me, I'll always love the Six Samurai. My first top, my only win, my ancient old decade top and win. Oh yeah, I have trouble letting it go too, guys. It's not just you, it's also me. But thanks for watching, and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Give the video a like if you did enjoy the discussion. Let me know in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, everybody.